The first impression that comes to our mind about any college: tall buildings, big classrooms, large lobby areas, thick books, IT labs, assignments, class tests, and projects. Nothing besides that. Every hour, minute, second spent here help us carving and shaping our persona, cultivating innovative mindsets for the challenging world. Learning is a lifelong process. Sharing knowledge, inculcating values of life, spark the innovative horizons of mind. Fun and frolic is the nature of every nook and corner here. A daily dose of thrill we are sure to get here.
Hello everyone, I am S. Devashri, student of BA JMC first year. Welcome you to the special webinar on integration of infographics into news stories organized by Zee Institute of Creative Art in association with Training and Placement Cell of Media School, Delhi Metropolitan Education, Noida, a premier college affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University and approved by Bar Council of India. Zee Institute of Creative Art is India's first full-fledged classical and digital animation training academy that trains youth in classical 2D and modern 3D animation. Zika is a part of Zee Learn, backed by the Zee and SL Group. The past 2 decades have seen the institute nurture some of the brightest talents in the world animation. Zee Institute of Creative Art, with the state-of-the-art infrastructure, gives practical training in 2D animation, 3D animation, visual effects, and gaming, covering the stage of visualization, pre-production, production, and post-production. Students are assured of creative exposure with a healthy mix of theory and practical sessions, delivered with the right amalgamation of art and technology, under the supervision of in-house experienced faculties and industry experts from India and abroad. Now, I invite Dr. Ambrish Saxena, Professor and DNDME Media School, to say a few words.
Thank you, Devashri. I think this session of today is completely on a new area, which is normally part of our curriculum in BJMC. So this will be something new. Should be interesting for everybody because whenever we learn new things, that's exciting and that also generate interest. So I think let us have this session and enjoy this session and learn whatever we want to learn. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So our resource person for today is Mr. Yuvraj Singh Bararia, audio and video post-production specialist, having more than 22 years of experience on various television broadcasts and internet-based media platforms, offline and online editing platforms, and various image editing softwares. He has also been involved in directing and post-producing TV shows, events, media partnership, award shows, branded programming series, corporate films, documentaries, corporate audiovisual packages, etc. on TV and web-based platforms. He has worked for various broadcasting organizations, including CNBC TV 18, CNN IBN, Agni Productions, Jagran TV, Times Network, etc. We are happy to have you with us today, sir, and we are all looking forward to learn from you. And the session will be followed by question and answers. And I also request the audience to post their questions in the chat box. Now over to you, Yuvraj, sir. You may take the session forward.
Thank you, Mr. Devashri. And I very so today's session would be integrating graphics in news packages. So I have been involved with news channels for quite a lot of time, and since the year 2000, in fact. And since then, I grew up with all these technology and kept upgrading myself, and eventually, landing myself, on this training platform for everyone. So I've seen all the news channels come right in front of me, and how they work, how they produce their packages, their news stories, their weekend programming, their branded content programming. So I'll proceed with the topic for today, which is integrating graphics in news packages. So just to start, you know, uh, I need to clarify one thing. So right now I'll be talking about online graphics more and rather than offline. So offline graphics is like, uh, you're not doing it live, and you have enough time to develop it, and what do you say? And in live graphics, what we need to do is we immediately need to fire those graphics on it. So the setup that is required is very different. So I will show you by doing it offline right here. But it is mostly and generally produced with online setups, which it simply means that they need the graphics immediately to be put on air. For example, your lower third graphics uh, means graphics that plays in the lower third of your screen. That can be your ticker, your breaking news stings, and your name and the designation of the person or the anchor who's talking. And to supplement these graphics, they have those bugs that are on top of the rightmost part of the screen, which can be a location tag. And then we move on to, for example, how a news package opens. So now I'll start from the beginning, that what are the essentials that we require for a news package graphics to be integrated with that news package. So we have, we obviously we have to have a story referring to it, and the news graphics that, usually if you see the channels, their priority is mostly like, they design their news packaging in such a way that even if you don't see the logo of that channel, you can identify that it is that particular channel. So there is a team behind it who specifically design these graphics, and in news channels we have these limitations that we cannot use any other graphic apart from their own packaging. So that packaging usually includes news openers. For example, if you're talking about a COVID story, so you can have those COVID graphics, but it'll be like the theme would be matching to the packaging of that particular news channel. And then we have like full screen templates, like backgrounds, grid backgrounds, patterns, and other thing is like they also work on, like they have very specific fonts to work on, so they don't allow us to change the font. So that sometimes helps you a lot, but it has its own set of limitations to your creativity. So after that, after the news opener, we have like full screen templates I just told you, and we have the location bugs. Then we have the channel bug on the left hand side, or mostly on the top right hand corner of the screen. And then we have other packages that keep on coming in around, like the weather graphics, which may be a part of the bulletin to be played out, or if you're just trying to play a specific story, then you can get particular type of graphics made keeping in mind those that channel packaging. So I'll just repeat this once again. So we have lower thirds, we have news openers, we have bumpers basically, we have full screen templates, we have again break openers, like if if a story ends, you need to go in a break, then the same story continues again in the next break, after the next break. So you can have a different kind of packaging to reopen that story. And yeah, that'll be it. So I'll just start sharing my screen to show you what's the process behind it and what are the softwares that we use. So I primarily use the software called, I use a combination of software. Uh, I'm sure everybody must have heard about the Adobe Media Suite, Adobe Suite, Creative Suite, in fact. And specifically for video production, we use these 4 or 5 softwares. I'll just name them. So one is, the best one is for video editing would be Adobe Premiere Pro, the latest version. And that would be supplemented with Adobe Media Encoder, which, like, if you want to convert your footage in bulk to put it for broadcast, to put it for film, to put it for social media marketing, for the internet platform, maybe for example like Instagram or Facebook. Uh, so you need to convert your packages, your videos to those dimensions basically. And same thing goes for the audio also. For audio, we use the application called Adobe Audition, and there are many more to it also. And for package designing, at many a times, I am sure everybody must be familiar with, it's called Adobe Photoshop. So this is a software that, it's primarily used for creating images, not video. But there are some features that we can use it for video also, especially for what we call rotoscoping. That is called frame by frame editing. That's a different topic altogether. But for a more convenient way to do video would be Adobe After Effects. That is what I'll be showing you today. So these are some of the softwares that what I consider, or what we consider as a basic requirement to proceed for video production, especially, and film production also. So I'll just share my screen. So if you can please confirm me if you're getting my screen.
Yes, yes.
So what the first steps would be, this is software called Adobe Premiere. And the first step that we do is we collect our materials inside our bins actually. So what I'm going to do is I'll just lay a structure of my audio and basically basic slugs, that what do I need on that particular voiceover and music. So if you see here, I've just made a basic structure out here. And the first thing is I need an opening news thing, that opening news opener that I talked about. So the first thing is I'll do that, or it's not necessary to have an opening string. Maybe an anchor can also toss over to the package. So sometimes it's not always needed, but since this is a standalone story, so I might require it to do it this way. So this is what I'm doing. So I just pasted a text and just set the duration, and I just added some music to it. So I know that my opener would be 16.27 seconds. Right now, the format I'm showing it to you now is NTSC. It is not PAL. So just 1 second. I hope you can hear my audio.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. Is it playing?
Yes, yes, it is being played.
Okay. So I'm just playing this out. And after the open ends, I jump to my temporary footage basically. So this is one of my student, Arjun Khajuria. He made a COVID update story. So the statistics right now are not presented the right way, but just for the demonstration purposes, I'll be showing it to you how we can do it. So right now you can see a stack of 3 images, 1, 2, 3, and basically matching the theme and whatever he's talking about. So
अप्रैल में
I'm just
कोरोना
placing the
की
footage
दूसरी
right
लहर
now.
देश की पटरी एक बार फिर रोक दी थी, लेकिन जून आते ही अब फिर से जीवन सामान्य होने लगा है। बुधवार को पिछले 71 दिनों की तुलना में सबसे कम सक्रिय मामले देखने को मिले हैं। अगर वैक्सीनेशन की भी बात की जाए,
Then here on voiceover 1, I'm going to put some graphics in it. So once I've completed the structure, I'll just quickly play this and you can have a general idea that he also gives a PTC.
देश में कोरोना के पॉजिटिव केस लगातार कम हो रहे हैं। बुधवार रात तक सक्रिय मरीजों की संख्या घटकर 8.25 लाख को पहुंच चुकी है।
And here I want to show you that on his audio only, I'm going to put some graphics.
बीते 24 घंटों में 67,000 नए मामले आए हैं। वहीं दूसरी ओर 1 लाख से अधिक मरीज रिकवर भी हुए हैं। इसी बीच एक बड़ी खबर आ रही है वैक्सीन को लेकर। स्पुतनिक वी जो कि रूस की वैक्सीन है, बहुत जल्दी भारत के बाजारों में टीकाकरण के लिए उपलब्ध होगी।
अमेरिकी कंपनी नोवावैक्स के साथ मिलकर सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया ने कोवोवैक्स वैक्सीन का निर्माण किया है। सितंबर से दिसंबर के बीच में भारत को इस वैक्सीन की 20 करोड़ डोज मिलने का अनुमान है।
सेफ्टी पैरामीटर पर देश की वैक्सीन काफी खरी उतरी है। तभी आप देखिए कि ओवरऑल जो
So I have this bite also. I placed mostly the shots that I believe would fit in better. Okay. And after I finalized my structure, you can see some empty spaces here also. So I'm going to put in some graphics there. So usually in a news channel, the editor's job is only and only to work in Premiere or any editing software. They don't usually do the graphics, which is totally a different department. So right now here, we used to do the graphics also at times, not all the time, but occasionally we are supposed to do it actually. So keeping all this in mind, what I'm going to do is I just exported this whole structure as a movie, and I have taken it to another software called Adobe After Effects. I'll just confirm you with the audio because this is a very RAM hungry software. So because Zoom is running, so there might be possibility that you might not get the audio because it really slows down the system. But just confirm it. So let me just play you some part of it. You won't be getting the audio because it needs rendering. What I can do is I can show you the package directly that I have exported. So this is just a part of it. That is the opening sting that I talked about. So how do we do it? I mean, the whole procedure of After Effects would be very difficult in this class to explain. But I can just say, like, if you see this opening sting here, there's a layer which starts from the beginning. The bottom one you see is the audio basically. So we place the audio, we start putting in the shots, basically wherever it is required. So this opening string, what we call the opener, is a container basically. So here I can add camera shakes, filters, focus in, focus out blurs, random blurs, basically to add some, depth and, it should match with my current news theme. So there's another container, so I can, for example, I can, if I want to change the text, I can change the text here. Here we work in a system called what is called nesting, where we work inside a container within a container, so layers within layers. That's how they work like this. So if I want to change the text, so I can go here, I can change my text, just name it pandemic or Indian pandemic or whatever if I feel like. So, and I want to go back to my master timeline, and you can see it again here. Like I've changed my text. And similarly, if I want to change the visuals, I can do that. So what's happening right now is I've already made these animations for future use also. And because this is a weekly update, I can change my images every week just for the opener string. So I made this package here inside After Effects, right? And after this, we go to the next package. So these are all images basically. This whole package is, the opening string is 30 seconds approximately. The string that I just showed you. And after this, it's going to take some time to render it and put it out. Then the other things that I talked about is placing your ticker basically. Usually, right now I'm doing it offline. We don't do it here in After Effects. There's a news team which works on a software called and a hardware system called WizRT that produces real-time graphics. So they have all their graphics on standby with slugs ready to be played out from the PCR of the channel. So they played live, live graphics basically. So here what I have done is just to show you that to place the location bug here, I can change that. So these are the necessary requirements that needs to be placed in a news package. Make it look more newsy in fact, and updated. And then we have these infographics. What we can say, whatever the reporter is saying, supplemented with these graphics. So in news, mostly what happens is if they have the footage, good enough. If they don't, so here comes, this is why we need the graphics. So if you see, I'll just show you the original package also, if you see it without the graphics and with the graphics. So let me just show you the final package. So I've seen students doing, just taking some random footage off of YouTube and just placing it before their anchor links. So we don't usually do that or recommend that.
देश में कोरोना के पॉजिटिव केस लगातार कम हो रहे हैं। बुधवार रात तक सक्रिय मरीजों की संख्या घटकर 8.25 लाख पहुंच चुकी है। बीते 24 घंटों में 67,000 नए मामले आए हैं, तो वहीं दूसरी ओर 1 लाख से अधिक मरीज रिकवर भी हुए हैं। इसी बीच एक बड़ी खबर आ रही है वैक्सीन को लेकर। स्पुतनिक वी, जो कि रूस की वैक्सीन है, बहुत जल्दी भारत के बाजारों में टीकाकरण के लिए उपलब्ध हो।
अप्रैल में कोरोना की दूसरी लहर देश की पटरी एक बार फिर रोक दी थी, लेकिन जून आते ही अब फिर से जीवन सामान्य होने लगा है। बुधवार को पिछले 71 दिनों की तुलना में सबसे कम सक्रिय मामले देखने को मिले। अगर वैक्सीनेशन की भी बात की जाए तो भारत में 17 जून सुबह 8 बजे तक वैक्सीन की 26 करोड़ 55 लाख से ज्यादा डोज लोगों को लग चुकी है।
कि सेफ्टी पैरामीटर्स पर देश की वैक्सीन काफी खरी उभरी है। तभी आप देखें कि ओवरऑल जो डेथ की रिपोर्ट हुई है, विच इज अगेन कंसिडरिंग 23.5 करोड़ लोगों का डेटा जब हमारे सामने है डोजेस का, तब भी 0.0002%। तो आपके द्वारा हम सबसे ये कहना चाहेंगे कि जो वैक्सीन हमारा एक वॉर का एक हमारा एक आर्मेमेंटेरियम है जिसको हमारे हम यूज करना चाहते हैं, उसको जिसको भी जब उस प्रांत में वैक्सीनेशन सेंटर लगे तो वह वहां जाकर वैक्सीन लगवाए।
अमेरिकी कंपनी नोवावैक्स के साथ मिलकर सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया ने कोवोवैक्स वैक्सीन का निर्माण किया है। सितंबर से दिसंबर के बीच में भारत को इस वैक्सीन की 20 करोड़ डोज मिलने का अनुमान है। दुनिया के सबसे बड़े वैक्सीन केंद्र सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट को अब स्पुतनिक वी का उत्पादन करने की मंजूरी भी मिल गई है। आने वाले कुछ दिनों में भारत में वैक्सीन की कमी खत्म हो जाएगी। देश में लगातार कोरोना पॉजिटिव मामलों में गिरावट देखने को मिल रही है। पिछले 10 दिनों से पॉजिटिविटी रेट भी लगातार 5% से नीचे चल रहा है। और बात की जाए रिकवरी रेट की, तो रिकवरी रेट बढ़कर 95.93% पहुंच चुका है। इस समय केंद्र सरकार के लिए सबसे बड़ी चुनौती है देश की इतनी बड़ी जनसंख्या को वैक्सीनेट करना। हालांकि आज सुबह 8 बजे तक 26.5 करोड़ से ज्यादा वैक्सीन की डोज लोगों को लग चुकी है। कैमरा पर्सन उदित महाजन के साथ अर्जुन खजूरिया, जी मीडिया, दिल्ली।
So this was the package, and now I would show you the final package. It's not final actually, but it's pretty much done.
अप्रैल में कोरोना की दूसरी लहर ने देश की पटरी एक बार फिर रोक दी थी, लेकिन जून आते ही अब फिर से जीवन सामान्य होने लगा है। बुधवार को पिछले 71 दिनों की तुलना में सबसे कम सक्रिय मामले देखने को मिले हैं। अगर वैक्सीनेशन की भी बात की जाए तो भारत में 17 जून सुबह 8 बजे तक वैक्सीन की 26 करोड़ 55 लाख से ज्यादा डोज लोगों को लग चुकी है।
देश में कोरोना के पॉजिटिव केस लगातार कम हो रहे हैं। बुधवार रात तक सक्रिय मरीजों की संख्या घटकर 8.25 लाख पहुंच चुकी है। बीते 24 घंटों में 67,000 नए मामले आए हैं, तो वहीं दूसरी ओर 1 लाख से अधिक मरीज रिकवर भी हुए। इसी बीच एक बड़ी खबर आ रही है वैक्सीन को लेकर। स्पुतनिक वी जो कि रूस की वैक्सीन है, बहुत जल्दी भारत के बाजारों में टीकाकरण के लिए उपलब्ध होगी।
अमेरिकी कंपनी नोवावैक्स के साथ मिलकर सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ इंडिया ने कोवोवैक्स वैक्सीन का निर्माण किया है। सितंबर से दिसंबर के बीच में भारत को इस वैक्सीन की 20 करोड़ डोज मिलने का अनुमान है।
सेफ्टी पैरामीटर्स पर देश की वैक्सीन काफी खरी उभरी है। तभी आप देखें कि ओवरऑल जो डेथ की रिपोर्ट हुई है, विच इज अगेन कंसिडरिंग 23.5 करोड़ लोगों का डेटा जब हमारे सामने है डोजेस का, तब भी 0.0002%। तो आपके द्वारा हम सबसे ये कहना चाहेंगे कि जो वैक्सीन हमारा एक वॉर का एक हमारा एक
You can see at this point of time, I haven't added any subtitles or his name or designation because I was unsure of his name. So we have to wait for those confirmations and then only we put those graphics in. So the time being, I just left it
करना चाहते हैं
like this.
उसको जिसको भी जब उस प्रांत में वैक्सीनेशन सेंटर लगे तो वह वहां जाकर वैक्सीन लगवाए।
दुनिया के सबसे बड़े वैक्सीन केंद्र सीरम इंस्टीट्यूट को स्पुतनिक वी का उत्पादन करने की मंजूरी भी मिल गई है। आने वाले कुछ दिनों
I want to say here one thing, that these vaccine that you see, vaccine bottles, these are all computer generated. This is not shot. So again, we look for stuff that we can create offline and then use it in our packages.
भारत में वैक्सीन की कमी खत्म हो जाएगी। देश में लगातार कोरोना पॉजिटिव मामलों में गिरावट देखने को मिल रही है। पिछले 10 दिनों से पॉजिटिविटी रेट भी लगातार 5% से नीचे चल रहा है। और बात की जाए रिकवरी रेट की, तो रिकवरी रेट बढ़कर 95.93% पहुंच चुका है। इस समय केंद्र सरकार के लिए सबसे बड़ी चुनौती है देश की इतनी बड़ी जनसंख्या को वैक्सीनेट करना। हालांकि आज सुबह 8 बजे तक 26.5 करोड़ से ज्यादा वैक्सीन की डोज लोगों को लग चुकी है। कैमरा पर्सन उदित महाजन के साथ अर्जुन खजूरिया, जी मीडिया, दिल्ली।
I hope that was, maybe I was able to make a clear distinction. So, you know, how to make a package, how your package should look like. Obviously, please just ignore the sticker and all, because this is just reference material that I've just put in. So, you know, our target is to, you know, not make the news package look like a PPT presentation. You know, everything we try to do is keep the visuals in an animated mode. So everything what we feel like has to look, you know, moving actually. So, you know, moving images keeps your brain, makes you hold on to the television actually. That is what these news channels people need. So the more moving visuals you show, the more moving animations that you show, it's more likely for the viewer to stick around to that story, much more. So this was the major difference that I wanted to show you, the original package that was made by the student and what was later on done by us by putting these graphics basically. So you can make out that how important these graphics are. And I've seen people that if they don't have footage, so what they will do is they'll slow motion up the footage. They'll just slow down the footage, and it's very, it feels like, the reporter hasn't got enough material to put the story properly on it. So, supplementing your package with graphics is absolutely necessary. It has to be done. What I feel like is if there are no graphics in your package, it just doesn't, stand out, or it won't create that impact that you're looking for. So, like here, I also wanted to show you how we. It's not about just adding the graphics. It's actually syncing your graphics to your voiceover, so to make it more, make it look more realistic. So in a PowerPoint presentation, this would just appear as a slide, and what I've seen people do is they just use still images in the slides and just move on. So that is why what we need to do is animate everything. Change the images, instead of an image, use videos, use text animations like I just did here. So it's gonna take some time to render it. The resolution. So you can see I made it appear word by word instead of character by character. You can experiment with that. And this thing, this animation should sync with our voiceover. So at the bottom, so I can just open my voiceover and I can open my audio. just draw a waveform. So you can see here, wherever my graphics is coming, I can add my keyframes according to it. So I'll have to go inside of it, and like if I want to make certain slides, make certain animations appear later, so I can just drag it to like later in time or previously in time. So these are my keyframe animations. I can elongate it to make it more slow, appear more slow, or I can really make it fast. So this was one example that I wanted to show you how we tend to create our stories and present our stories, taking a theme, matching our graphics to our new story. Now I'll just jump up to another exercise. For example, it's a very basic exercise which you all might require to work on at some point of time if you're working in news. I'll just show you. So I just made a composition. If you would have noticed that, there was an animation in the story where where I put the counters to my text actually.
बीते 24 घंटों में
So you see the text animating, the numbers actually, right? Instead of just writing these numbers. So how do we? I'm just going to do a small quick breakup of this exercise, how I animated this. So in After Effects, I'm just going to create a basic layer and just put it in the center of my screen using my keyboard shortcuts. I'll just increase the resolution. And I want to animate this number. How do I do that? So I know not many of you are familiar with this software, but this is just a technique that will always help you. So I'm just very curious to, even keen to show it to you guys. And so what we do is we add an effect called expression slider control. And what we do is go to my slider controller. I can see my layer effects. So I can see slider. So I'm going to add an expression. So a little bit of JavaScript is also required to understand these concepts, but it's very easy. You don't have to worry about that. So I'm just going to link this the text to the slider, and I'm just going to animate this. So it starts from 0 and it lands to, let's say, 65. So it lands to 65. So I've got on 0 seconds, basically you see here, it is 0. And on the second or the first second, sorry, on 5 seconds, it says, I can move the premiere. So it lands on 65. But when I play it, I get these decimals a lot. So I can just fix that by adding a value. So I don't get these decimals. So like you can see, I can have my counter at any number, like 125, let's say. So or let's say I put it back to let's say 75%, and I need a percentage symbol behind it. So I'm just gonna add a percentage symbol at the end of it. maybe make it more faster. So I just quickly made an animation, right? And it's not just this thing only. Maybe if I like, you know, I want to add a rupee symbol before it. How do I do that? So, add if you remember, I've just set the font settings to the rupee for Radian mode. So that is why I get this. So now if you know about this basic exercise, you can create your infographics, your graphs, your product advertising के लिए बहुत use होता है, right? And like there are like hundreds of you know, maybe your templates, maybe your marketing campaigns के लिए आप use कर सकते हो. It's just fading in the world. Use it as a counter. I'll just come back to the percentage symbol, which was at the end of it. Right, and what I want to do is make some percentage stroke outside of like a circle. So I'll just create an ellipse tool. Hold down the shift key. Sorry, it has to be on a new layer. So once I create the shape, anyways, I'll have to go in these because the zoom controls are not letting me see the panel of my After Effects. So anyways, I can control it from here also. So I'll just increase the stroke width, right? And I want to align these two layers. So select this, and there will be a window and align options. See this align option. I can select both the layers, align it in center and center actually. Go back up. And so this won't align. Here also manage it. Go to my shape layer. I will import to it. So this would land till 25%, which will land to actually 75%. So I just need to make sure that whenever it turns to 75, it should land on 75%. So I'll just add a keyframe. I'm just going to sync my keyframes. So that's just a simple infographic that I made for my news package. I can add more dynamics to it. For example, I want a dashed layer to it. So I can, add some spaces between the strokes, the segments of the strokes. And how do I do that? So I just add some dashes so you can see. Looks like a dial. Or I can undo it. I can taper it maybe from the. So this is what. At the end, I can make it a rounded cap so you can see the curve here. So I just made a graphic. So very quickly, I can duplicate my stuff and use it in my other graphics, keep it as a template for future use. And it really helps a lot to present your presentations having animated graphics. It's not just about news only, it's about every other video out there if you supplement it with these kind of graphics. There are many more exercises like this. For example, animated graphs and all. And usually, but for news graphics, the news channels work in a very limited kind of a space. For example, they have a very fixed theme for your logo animation, your location bug animation, your ticker animation, and your full screen graphics animation also. For example, one window, two window, where you see an anchor is sitting in the studio and the guest is in the other window, graphic window. So, and you have the location tags on top of them and their name and national bands, designation bands, what we call, at the bottom. Yes. Somebody was saying something. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, absolutely. We can hear you. Yeah.
So, I use After Effects pretty much to, uh, present my videos to the clients. Uh, I actually make corporate videos also, so I'm heavily dependent on After Effects and other softwares like Premiere Pro. And what I'm not talking about is 3D animation basically. So that is a altogether a different category. So we have 3D animators that give us the graphics, and we use it in news also. For example, 3D graphs. We can make it in After Effects also. There's a plugin called Video Copilot, and we can use it through that. But again, there are preferences that which softwares you feel you may be comfortable with if you learned them earlier. So, but right now, with very for especially the software After Effects, I mean, there are like millions of templates available out there, and where you can, take samples out from and create your own videos, or you can design your own packaging using these simple parameters or expressions that I just did in front of you. There can be particle systems. There can be, 3D camera rotation and all. So, I can add a camera also to it and make it 3D. Camera. Just need to change layer to 3D actually. So, the camera. In a 3D perspective, you can try and animate your graphics. Add a grid background also if I want. So, for example, if I do want to add a grid background for news, so I just add basically this. I just Grid can also be, spun around. I'm not going into too much details because this requires a little bit of masking and some camera work to be worked with. So I'll just give you a general idea. Should so it just created an animation like this. I can add more graphics to it. So I can have an Excel file linked to my uh, graphics directly. So I just need to change the statistics in my Excel file, and it will automatically reflect on my on the graphics text layer that I just made. So we can do that also. We can integrate those graphics. And for example, there are times that you have to deal with multiple graphics at the same time. So what I teach my student is how to work with the Excel files and import that data directly into After Effects for your project, and quickly generate those new graphics and export it out for playout or video story. You can do that. We specially use that for if you're making graphics for an award function. So at times we get 20 to 25 or 30 or 40 awards. So we have like lots of nominations, categories, award winners. So how do we do that? We create an Excel file, import into our After Effects project, and generate each and every category out of it as an individual file. So yeah, I think basic concept that I wanted to convey is pretty much done. So I'm ready to take any questions if you feel like. So
Okay, thank you, Yuvraj sir. So the responsibility has given to me. Good afternoon, students. This is Jyoti from the Institute of Creative Arts. So on behalf of students, I'm going to ask a question, Yuvraj sir. The first one goes, how can budding learners develop an understanding of After Effects as it's complicated to learn through YouTube? Beta, for that, you have to join an institute like us. We do offer at Ziga, Z Institute of Creative Arts, we do offer the courses like Photoshop, After Effects, and all graphic designing softwares. For that, you need to come to us, beta, or the institutes like us. Second one, Yuvraj sir, can you give us a little idea about using images or videos from the internet in case one doesn't have an original footage? As you were explaining earlier, sir.
see, mostly for your news packages, I mean, as you know, almost all the news, sometimes they all depend on internet-based copyright-free footage. So as long as you are willing to buy the licenses and then use the footage, you're good to go. Otherwise, either there are two options: you request them, or you create your own graphics and use them. Or for the footage matter, you have to go and shoot it. There's no other shortcut to it. That is.
Okay. The next one is these softwares are either not available in free space or are too expensive or system doesn't support them. So how can students prepare themselves for this on our system? They're talking about probably the configuration about the system, sir.
See, the systems definitely, we do require some high-end systems right now, because of the technology that is available with us. And but the thing is that these softwares do cost a lot, and the reason being is that we're not making a TikTok video. We're making highly professional content that has to go on air. You represent your company, your news channel through it, and so yeah, you need to buy software. So again, I just wanted to say this again, that I don't want I usually tell my students that don't rely on templates, don't rely on raw footage, because what's happening is every other guy, every other person is using that same stock footage over and over again. So there's nothing new. There's no reflection of your creativity that comes out. So these softwares are available at discounted prices for learning purposes. And what I would suggest is you try it out on a trial basis, and then you take an informed decision that whether you feel like going for these softwares, or you can, for example, I can also recommend apps. For example, if you want to create a slideshow, so normally what they do is they just combine the images randomly and show slideshow. So, but then you are again making yourself dependent on templates. When the actual time comes, when you're supposed to make your own movie, when you're supposed to make your own package, you will not get the time to search for these templates and then edit it out, because you don't know the nitty-gritties, how they work, the skeletal overview of those templates. So usually what happens is, if you're using templates, you're only feeding in the basic data and rest the app or the software template is, which I don't recommend. So what I would recommend is, you go through the softwares, run it on trial versions. And if you feel like, go for the proper one, buy it, or buy it on subscription basis. It will really help.
Okay, thank you, Yuvraj sir. The next one is softwares come and go, one replace the other. So how can we be assured that if we learn one today, we won't be jobless of another ones in the market tomorrow? So they're talking about the कि अगर आपका software expire हो जाता है and the new software comes in the market, then how to cope up with the situation?
Yep. See, I'll tell you, software is just a tool. The concept, for example, if you're very good at designing, you can pretty much work on any software. And for example, what we say is, as an editor, I use Premiere Pro and Final Cut Pro, for example. But people out there, they don't know that, so they want to work with Sony Vegas or Filmora or other software, which is pretty much easy, right? But it's not as advanced as Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro. The reason is that what I'm saying is, you have, what I always tell these to my students, you have a very beautiful kitchen, but you don't know how to cook, right? So that kitchen is actually your software. And if you're a good cook, you can pretty much cook it any type of kitchen, So the software is like, if you have your basic concepts clear, for example, about editing, the grammar of video editing and the tools of video editing are totally a different thing. And same goes for graphics also. So if you're very good at designing stuff, right, but you don't know the software, or if you know the software but you're not good at designing, so you'll have to find a balance line between these topics, processes basically. So rule number one, you have to keep upgrading yourself by first making sure that you are clear on your concepts. Because software, जैसे आप कह रहे हैं कि हर साल, हर 6 महीने में नया आ जाता है. I've seen people, they buy very high-end machines, but they don't know how to work. वो फिर freelance market में जाते हैं तो 1000-2000 का काम कर रहे हैं, but they've invested like lakhs and lakhs of rupees just to learn that thing. अब उनको लगता है कि इस मशीन पे सिस्टम बहुत मतलब जल्दी कर देगा, लेकिन जल्दी क्या करेगा? आपके पास कॉन्सेप्ट से क्लियर है. So make sure you have good ROI on your investments, and you have to keep upgrading yourself. Otherwise, you know, I'm not sure how it will go.
Thank you, Yuvraj sir, for giving very nice example of kitchen. So next question is, how we make our news stories more effective? What is more and more important while presenting stories, animations, voiceover, good editing, or speaking skills? So what is the thing that makes news more interesting for the audience?
So whatever you have said, it's like whatever I make, it has to complement every other topic. For example, my theme of the video is, you know, for example, if I am making a yoga video, right, I can't put rock music to it. So everything has to complement the every other step. It has to match. If this, we have some rules that, you know, that I teach in video editing basically. To first identify these points, then proceed with it. So once you start identify those points, you know, everything falls into place. It's kind of a puzzle. In the very beginning of my video, if you see, I had jumped into my software called Adobe Premiere. I could have done that in After Effects directly also, but it allows me to put my structure and you know, tell me my durations more effectively and more quickly. So I'm aware of it. So what's happening is I know what will look good at what point of time, and your brain will automatically tell you this is not looking good, this is looking good. So like you said, एनिमेशन अच्छा लगता है तो आप एनिमेशन का कुछ रेफरेंस लगा के देखो. अगर सिर्फ एक इमेज स्लाइड अच्छी लगती है, लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ पे I had used 3 images, I could have used only 1. So you know, I tried experimenting. You have to experiment to reach to a conclusion. Okay, this looks good, this doesn't look good. And if you feel like it's looking good, it is probably looking good. You can proceed to the next step. So again, try to lay out, you know, create your layout and then animate it later, add animations, add voiceovers, add sound effects, add ambience, you know, add graphics to it, the ones that matches. So again,
yeah, it means it is important to know the aesthetics of any software, right? So next is the question for the next budding journalist. Okay. As budding aspirants of mass communication and journalism, what are the fields other than news packaging that can provide an opportunity in animation? This is something which is related to animation, sir.
So animation is like what kind of animation you're looking for. It's totally different from news production. So I just want to make one thing clear that, you know, many people they don't know what an editor is, what an animator is, what a compositor is. So an editor is the person who, like, he gets everything on his table. For example, you see my timeline here. I get my graphics, I get my audio, I get my 3D animations also, only the files, the final files, and I assemble it into a movie. Right? A compositor is the one who works in After Effects basically. So who's a compositor? He, you know, he's creating one shot, but like within layers of shot. If you've seen the movie Lord of the Rings, they have created artificial environments. Like they created one shot, but artificial environments, clouds, landscapes, all merged, composited onto one shot, basically. So those people are called compositors. Animators are, if you've seen movies like Finding Nemo, Toy Story, no camera footage is required, real camera footage is required. So you are making everything without using a camera on totally computer generated graphics. So, you know, right now, like ma'am said, how do we incorporate these things in our news packages? There is a what I feel is a limit to it, right? You can do that, but you need to identify the theme. Again, your theme has to complement your news package story. I can't like, even if you see BBC or any other news channel, what we tend to do is we tend to show you the exact visuals rather than showing graphics. It tends to divert away the attention from, it feels like it's more of a fiction thing than of a non-fiction thing. To distinguish between these two verticals, we use our graphics in a very limited way. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes. And the next is, what is the function of keyframes in After Effects? What is the function of keyframes in After Effects? Is it possible to create animation without it?
Yes. So what does keyframing mean? So keyframing is, for example, I'm at 0 second. If you can see my screen, I'm at 0 second. I'll just create a new composition. I just create a fill shape basically. Right. So here is 5 seconds. Here is 1. So I want to say that on the position, this is my recorded keyframe, right? And on whenever I reach the 5th second, it should move it here. You see this path. So keyframe is a setting for a particular point of time, right? So this goes from here to here in 5 seconds. So I've keyframed it. I've keyframed this object. So this is what is called keyframe. I create a bouncing ball through, off of it. आगे पीछे जाना है, so I can just copy and paste this keyframe. So it goes back. So this is my position, and on the 10, approximately 8.5 seconds, it goes back, and I can make it faster. Right, I can make it go more faster. Really. So right now you can see I'm making the keyframes making it really placing it nearby to the other ones, was to make for the time compression basically. Sorry, I couldn't find the right word. And I can loop it also by adding the same keyframes again. So copy, paste, and paste and paste. So it goes back and forth again. Right. Now the other part of your question was, can we add or make animations without adding keyframes? Yes, we can. So for example, I would just write this word animation, right? So on the position parameter, I'm gonna add an expression called wiggle. So 2 by 10. So this is animating actually. 12. Shaking much more faster. So I've animated this. Say so I animated the position in a random way. Maybe same thing I want to do it for the rotation also. I'll just so this is, again, if you want to animate without keyframes, expression is the way to go for it. By adding expressions, that means you need to know a little bit of JavaScript. And if you want to do it the traditional way, like really have it customized with your own way, then you can use it by adding keyframes. The keyframe concept is a very long concept. It's supported with like days and days of exercises to go through it. Then pretty much you'll be understanding how it works. And so this is the very basic technique that I've just shown you. The ball technique that I showed you was like a very basic one. We have advanced options how we treat keyframes. For example, temporal and uh, interpolation with the keyframes. And I'll just go back and some position keyframes to it. So it won't allow me to put the keyframes because I've added an expression to it. So I need to disable that expression and add a keyframe. So this is one key. This is the keyframe. So when I right click on it, we have in Zika, we have our special exercises with every example. Each key, what is this used for? What is this used for? This used for? And keyframe interpolation. How does these parameters work? So there are lots of exercises linked to it. I really need to make you understand this, if you make you understand the concept of keyframes. So
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Yuvraj sir. Next question is, what is the difference in the quality of animation made in Premiere Pro and After Effects?
none, actually.
Yeah.
You can make same type of animations in Premiere Pro, but it'll be very difficult because the process is very long. But same thing, if you want to make it in After Effects, it'll be very easy. For example, I have this word animation, right? Let me just show you a transition, some text animation. Search for a transition. Yeah. For example, a simple typewriter effect. Sorry. Let me just create a new layer. So if you see, I made this animation. It has an opacity gradient to it, so it fades in. You can't make this in Premiere. Premiere has its own limitations. For example, you take a text layer, right? I'll just take this one only. Just quickly fade it in. If I wanted to animate the tracking, this kind of animation cannot be done in Premiere. Now, if you wanted to do it, you will have to create layers of each and every character and then manually add keyframes to it to align. But here I can add a keyframe to the tracking of a word and then, get done with it. So there are many types of animations that you can't do in Premiere. You can do it, but it'll take a lot of time. Like I can literally say weeks or 2 weeks for some simple kind of animation to get done with it. So yeah, so this was the major difference that if you're working in Premiere, I wanted to do the same thing in Premiere. I can take these templates or I can create my own, but it will not allow me to do any tracking. So here there is no for example, I have created this layer, right? And I want to animate this. The thing is, many of you might be knowing that this has effect parameters in the effect controls, and it has the stopwatch icon right next to it, but you cannot animate the spread of the text. I can rotate it, I can scale it horizontally, make it scale vertically, but it's not spreading the way that I want. I can't spread the words into it. So I'll have to create individual layers and click on these animation clocks like you see here. That means it has added a keyframe. So I'll have to do it in each and every character. Please, ma'am. I hope that was made clear.
Yeah, I believe we are done with the questions. Over to you, Diveshri. Thank you, Beta.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Dr. Susmita Bala, Head DME Media School, to give the concluding remarks.
Thank you, Yuvraj sir. It's very interesting session. Or I think technical and creative things are required for students. Basically, जो हमारे यहाँ 2 papers हैं, TV program production and TVNR, TV news reading. So बहुत फायदा हुआ है students को. They are benefited. You have shared lots of examples, PPT with our students. Learning by doing formula is required for students, I think. And software learning is very important. क्योंकि without software ये जितना भी आपने भी बताया है वो that's very difficult to learn or exercise, experiment is very important. So thank you sir again. आपको थोड़ा सा टाइम और स्पेयर करना पड़ेगा हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए. तो जब भी ज्योति लगेगा कि हमें या तो कॉलेज खुलने के बाद या ऐसे ही ऑनलाइन मोड में हम उनकी वर्कशॉप प्लान कर सकते हैं. So thank you again. Thanks a lot.
In fact, I would like to say thank you because Amrish sir and Sushma ma'am was there throughout the session, and it is good to see you after a long time, sir. Because आप लोगों को पता नहीं है, आप लोग तो सर के स्टूडेंट है, but हम भी सर के ही स्टूडेंट्स हैं, some or the other way. So thank you for being such a nice audience. I hope we were able to deliver the message कि आफ्टर इफेक्ट में हम लोग क्या-क्या काम कर सकते हैं, कैसे-कैसे infographics integrate होते हैं news stories में. Thank you Divyashri, thank you Yuvraj sir, Amrish sir, Sushmita madam, and Dr. Bora as well. Thank you everyone.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, Beta.